There are a few things to consider before you join a DJ school or learn from another senior DJ, because this foundation is what will shape your DJing career. Watch this video till the end to make sure you do not make a mistake which a lot of DJs make. Let's jump right into it. Hello YouTube world, my name is Deep and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I do a lot of DJing and tech related tutorials, tips and tricks to help you become a better DJ and to help you get better at using technology. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing and join the DB crew. There are a lot of schools out there and now it's become a business module, and that is the reason why there are a lot of DJs but a very few professional DJs. Many DJ schools teach you the functions of a DJ gear and how to use them to deliver a performance, but not everyone teaches you the art of DJing in its true form. There are a lot of things that make a good DJ, and learning the equipment is just basic. It's like learning how to drive a car. Once you learn how to drive a car doesn't mean that you can now drive in different traffic conditions and road conditions like in ghats. You will need a lot of practice and experience to master that. In my last video, I mentioned about learning online and then joining a DJ school. So once you finish learning online and when you decide to join a DJ school, make sure you consider these 5 things that will help you choose that perfect school for yourself. Number 1, the master's experience. Make sure that your teacher or master has good quality experience. Being a DJ for 10 years does not equal to being a DJ actively for 10 years. Just because your master learned DJing in 2010 doesn't mean that your master has an experience of 10 years in 2020. He has been a DJ for 10 years for sure, but if he has not been actively performing over the years of his career, chances are that the information or the knowledge that he will share with you is going to be very basic. Look for a master who is actively performing for at least a few years, someone who has played for at least once or twice a week at the peak of his DJing career. Learning from an active DJ who has been performing consistently over the past few years of his DJing career will definitely make sure to teach you a bit more than just mixing 2 tracks. Number 2, relevant teaching techniques. DJing has changed drastically over the years, and DJing today is a bit more advanced and different than it was years ago. So it's important to stay at par with today's technology. So even if your master has 20 years of DJing experience and if he still performs on CDs and cassettes today, with all due respect to them, I strongly recommend that you skip classes from them unless you want to learn those techniques because it interests you. I'm not talking about DJs who play on records. That's a different technique altogether. I'm talking about people who distance themselves from technology. People who think the new way is not the right way, but they still go to the club and play new age music, but on a CD. Just doesn't make sense. I don't want to talk much about it, but make sure that your education is relevant to 2020 standards and prepare for the future and be prepared for what the future holds for you. Because if you don't walk shoulder to shoulder with the new age DJing techniques, the young and aggressive will step on you and eat you alive. So, be wise. Number 3, consider the number of students in your class. This makes a lot of difference. Imagine having 10-20 students in a batch, and if your master teaches you something, it's going to be shared among 20 people. And if 20 people have doubts about a certain thing, half of the class will always be about clearing doubts. And it's actually a total waste of time for other students who are faster and smarter. In other situations, some students are introverts. They are afraid to put across their doubt among 10-20 people because they fear being judged by those people. According to me, 3 or 4 students at once should be perfect for proper and quality education. Anything above that is more fun and less education. Even if you have to pay a higher fee, it's still alright because it's any day better than sitting among 20 students to wait for your turn to practice and learn. Number 4, the school or the master's reputation in the industry. This is a controversial one and often less spoken. Imagine learning from a school or a DJ who is not respected in the industry. You go to the club to perform and you get rejected only because you have learned from a DJ who is not liked. So please make sure that when you learn and go out of the school and when you tell other people that you learned from so-and-so DJ or from so-and-so school, people say wow instead of. Number 5, the educational value. This is the most important thing. DJing may have drastically advanced over the years, but the core functions and the concepts and the fundamentals of DJing still remain the same. So it's extremely important that when you learn correctly and without any shortcuts. For example, if your teacher doesn't teach you how to beat match and asks you to learn how to use the sync button, you will still be able to perform, but you will always be less qualified than the other DJ who knows his fundamentals and who has his core basics very strong. So please make sure that you get your fundamentals right and the educational value that you receive is high. Now let me clear one important thing. Should you join a DJ school or learn from a senior DJ? Actually, it doesn't matter as long as you match the 5 things that I mentioned earlier. But I personally prefer a personal teacher over a school, but you are free to choose whatever you feel is right for yourself. There are a few more things to consider, like the budget and the placements after you finish your course. But what I feel is that if you maintain the 5 things that I told you earlier, you will definitely not need someone else to give you a placement. If you are good, work will come to you. That's it for today, guys. If you have any more questions or doubts, you can comment in the comment section below and let me know. Or you can also message me on Instagram and I will get back to you over there. And most importantly, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be a part of the DB crew. Also, hit that bell icon to get notified every time I upload a new video. That's been it. Thank you so much for watching today. My name is Deep and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have to help.